Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be covering the latest chapter, chapter 79 of Gachiakuta. This chapter is insane, with way more development of the plot and the overall story. It opens so many questions on what exactly is going on. Anyway, let's start dumpster diving. The chapter starts off with the perspective of Norde from when she was flung out of the aberrant beast last chapter. We see Norde in her younger days before she joined the Vandals. In this flashback, she seems to be dissing Zodil, calling him out for trying to sweet talk her. However, in Zodil's natural fashion of talking, he says that he's only saying what he's thinking and nothing more. This seems to have hit a heartstring with Norde, which probably led to her admiring Zodil and ultimately led her to joining the Vandals. The scene changes back to Norde in present day, falling and admiring the view of the border between the abyss and the sky. We are also shown the stunning view, but then we also see a figure in the background. Norde also notices a presence and turns her head towards the figure. As Norde looks towards the figure, we see a reflection in her eye, with a being with 3 eyes and a cross for her head. She then says that she has to warn Zodil of what exactly it means to be crossing the border, as he will lose everything dear to him. We then see her Genki, and then what seems to be her head being wiped off, which is interesting as it seems that the Watchman not only took her Genki, but also her hair, which is linked to her Genki. We then move back to the janitors, with Engine saying that everyone has to be careful and hold on as they will be sucked out of the aberrant beast. Among all of the characters, only Rudo notices that everything had went dark for a moment. Engine then states that everyone seems to be exhausted, and that he may have to use something to destroy the aberrant beast. Gyota just shows up out of nowhere, saying that they've slept long enough and now that they can get to work. Brett and Engine then begin to encourage them, saying that they weren't worried about Gyota flying out of the beast in the first place. Gyota then cuts to the chase, saying that how far can they go, with Brett then saying only to 3. Gyota then transforms into what seems to be a stuffed monster, significantly bigger than what they normally are, with the chapter then ending with Gyota saying that they could have gone even bigger than what they currently are. This chapter is crazy for several reasons. Firstly, we see the meeting of Zodil and Norde. Although this meeting may be very important for Norde, I wouldn't be shocked if this is just Zodil's way of trying to inflict some sort of emotional bond between Norde and her hair so that she can later form a Genki. This is within his character to produce some sort of experiment like that. Secondly, we see Norde call the being within the sky a Watchman, which is a crazy nod towards the Watchman series Amo, Rudo and Zodil all have. Does that mean that the Watchmen are linked to this being? Is this why Rudo was able to pass through the barrier unscathed? It seems like eye contact has to be made for some sort of effect to be felt by the person, as suggested in the first chapter and this one. I believe this is confirmed as none of the janitors within the beast, besides Rudo, could see the change in atmosphere. Another crazy scene was how Engine was about to pull out a trump card to save the janitors. It seems like he may have something hidden within his satchel. This could be something that was given to him by the artist Genki, Remlin, which could be used to save their lives. However, more interestingly, it could be another Genki that he has. This wouldn't be too far-fetched as there doesn't seem to be a limit to how many Genkis a person can have. He also seems quite well versed with Rudo's powers as if he's seen them before, or he's done it himself. One thing that would be mind-blowing is he also had a member of the Watchman series. This would be far-fetched, but imagine if he had the book of the Watchman series. And this is why he's been hiding it from Rudo, as he knows that this would link him to the death of his adoptive father. Lastly, Gyota's Genki is so cool, as her suit seems to have morphed into something way more powerful and bigger in size. It reminds me of Glypnir and how their users were able to produce deadly bodysuits, and maybe even mimics the powers of Godzilla, which would be awesome. Thank you for watching this week's video. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next chapter, as we can finally see what Gyota's powers are to its full extent, and maybe Fuel will show up to cause some trouble. I'll see you in the next video.